If you are not using the Dazonia theme, there's another great way to add Google Analytics to your website, and that's by adding the Google Analytics for WordPress plugin, and that's by Joost de Valk. And I just activated this plugin, and I'm going to click on Settings. And the first thing you'll see under the settings is a button that says click here to authenticate with Google. So we'll go ahead and click that. And then we'll click Grant Access. And hopefully that'll work. But if that does not work, which it certainly may not with some of your websites, you need to tell this plugin what your Google Analytics UA code is, and it'll connect the two accounts. So if this doesn't work for you, if the automatic authentication doesn't work, you click the manually enter your UA code button, and then you need to go to Google Analytics to get your UA code. You want to go to the website that you have in Google Analytics. You go all the way up to the top right corner, click the admin button, and then you'll go to the left side and click the tab called Tracking Info. Here's your tracking ID. Here's a tracking code. What you actually want is your tracking ID, the UA code. We'll go ahead and highlight that and copy it. And then we'll paste that into the area where it says manually enter your UA code. And then you want to go down and click Update Google Analytics Settings. And great, now we see our settings are updated and everything looks good. Now, where do you want to place the tracking code? You can insert manually or insert in the header. You want to leave it as insert in the header, that's easier for you. And then you've got a couple more options. You do want to track outbound links and downloads, and you can certainly uncheck allow tracking of anonymous data if you want to, but I just leave that checked. It helps people who are gathering data. And then you can show advanced settings, but only do that if you really know what you're doing with Google Analytics. So if you're new to that, just leave it unchecked. And down here is a few more of the more advanced settings, and here you can track internal links as outbound, and you can choose some labels to use. Again, you're not going to use those unless you really know what you're doing. And then if you do have any troubles with this plugin, there's a debug mode. So if you want to enable debug mode, you would check that. Click Update Google Analytics Settings, and it will go through and try to figure out where any problems are, if there are any problems. And that's it. Now you're all set up to have your website data go into your Google Analytics account, and that way you can track who's coming from where, who's going where, and it's a very important thing to have on your website.